Once upon a time, in a small town, there was a girl named Emily. She had a heart full of love and dreams as bright as the stars. Emily believed in kindness, in honesty, and most of all, in love. She was the kind of person who would always put others before herself, who would smile even when she was sad, just to make someone else happy. One day, she met a boy named Ryan. He was charming, funny, and made her laugh in a way no one else ever had. From the moment they met, it felt like the world had stopped, like time had paused just for them. Emily had never felt this way before. Her heart told her that Ryan was special, that he was the one she had been waiting for. "Do you believe in love?" Ryan asked her one evening as they sat on a quiet hill, watching the sunset. Emily smiled, her eyes shining. "I do," she whispered. "I believe in love more than anything." Ryan took her hand in his. "Then I promise you, I will never break your heart," he said softly. And just like that, Emily fell. She fell hard. Days turned into months, and their love grew deeper. They spent endless nights talking about their future, dreaming of a life together, of a house filled with laughter and love. Emily gave Ryan her heart completely, trusting him with every piece of it. She believed that love meant trust, and she trusted Ryan more than anything. But sometimes, trust is broken by the ones we least expect. One evening, Emily was walking home from work when she saw Ryan standing across the street. He didn't see her. He was with another girl. She was laughing, holding his hand, looking at him the same way Emily did. Emily's heart pounded in her chest. No, this couldn't be true. Not Ryan. Not the person who promised to never break her heart. Tears filled her eyes, but she told herself that maybe it was nothing. Maybe she was overthinking, but deep inside, something felt wrong. That night, Emily didn't sleep. She kept replaying the moment in her head. The next day, she decided to ask him. "Ryan," she said, trying to keep her voice steady, "who was that girl you were with yesterday?" Ryan's face changed. For a moment, he looked nervous. Then he forced a smile. "Oh, just a friend." "You're overthinking, Emily." But she wasn't overthinking. She saw the way he held her hand, the way he looked at her. The woman knows when something is wrong. Days passed, and Emily started noticing little things. Ryan was texting more, but when she asked, he would hide his phone. He started coming home late, making excuses. The way he used to look at Emily, it wasn't the same anymore. Her heart ached, but she wasn't ready to believe it. Not yet. One day, she decided to surprise him. She made his favorite dinner, wore the dress he once said he loved on her, and waited for him. But hours passed, and Ryan didn't come home. Her phone buzzed. A message from a friend. "Emily, I need to tell you something. I saw Ryan today, with that girl again." They looked close. More than just friends. Her hands trembled. Her heart felt like it was being torn apart. She couldn't ignore it anymore. She had to know the truth. That night, when Ryan finally came home, Emily stood in front of him. Her voice was calm, but her eyes were full of unshed tears. "Ryan," she said, "tell me the truth. Do you love someone else?" For the first time, Ryan had no words. He looked away, and that was her answer. Her whole world crashed in that moment. The person she trusted the most, the one who promised to never hurt her, had broken her heart into a million pieces. She wanted to scream, to cry, to ask him why. But instead, she took a deep breath. "I loved you," she whispered, "with everything I had." Ryan sighed, guilt written all over his face. "I never meant to hurt you, Emily." "But you did," she said, her voice breaking. "And the worst part, I trusted you." Silence filled the room. Emily's heart was shattered, but she knew what she had to do. She turned around, walked to the door, and with tears streaming down her face, she left. That night, she cried until she had no more tears left. She felt like her heart would never heal. But then she remembered something: she had loved him truly, honestly. And if he couldn't see the value of that love, then he was the one who lost something precious. Days turned into weeks, and Emily slowly started to heal. She focused on herself, on her dreams, on the things that made her happy. She realized that love isn't about finding someone who makes promises, but someone who keeps them. One evening, she stood on the same hill where she and Ryan once talked about love. But this time, she was alone. And for the first time in a long time, she felt free. She smiled at the sky, feeling the cool wind on her face. "I still believe in love," she whispered. "But now, I believe in myself even more. And that, my friends, is the beauty of love. Sometimes it breaks us, but it also teaches us the most important lesson of all: to love ourselves first." If you felt something while reading this story, if it touched your heart even a little, then don't forget to like this and subscribe for more stories that will make you feel, think, and believe in the magic of life.